So next we're going to read Robert Monroe's instructions to the Gateway Experience for the CD called Wave 4 Adventure. Wave 4 Adventure. Use of these exercises before completing all previous waves of the Gateway Experience is not recommended. Discovery helped you build a strong, comfortable foundation for non-physical exploration in Focus 10. Threshold taught you more tools for directing and controlling non-physical energy in the energy state of Focus 12. Freedom provided you with practice in separating your non-physical from your physical body. Adventure offers you personal direction and control of new experiences, new ideas, new capabilities, and new exciting exploration. Wave 4 exercises. Adventure number 1, 1 year patterning. 1 year patterning requires your thoughtful prior consideration about exactly how and what you desire to be in 1 year's time. Use the same guidelines given for threshold number 3 as you follow the same process. The differences are the longer time frame and, more importantly, your increased knowledge of your ability to use the power of expanded consciousness. Be sure you really want what you pattern for. Pattern strongly and let it go with trust and confidence and gratitude. So for Wave 4, Adventure number 1, we need to go back to threshold number 3 and use those instructions and change the time frame from 1 month to 1 year. So Wave 2, threshold, 1 month patterning. So it's about a page. So let me read this just to review. 1 month patterning is very powerful for taking charge of your life. Based on the principle that we become what we think, the energy of Focus 12 offers this process a speed and intensity in the manifesting of thought not generally available in ordinary consciousness. Think, feel, or imagine the physical, mental, or emotional pattern that you desire in your life. Just as you did in the previous exercise, place it in the center of your consciousness and then release it. A sense of ease and detachment about the pattern lets you know that you have indeed released it. Be clear about what you want. For example, do you want a new house, or to be happy where you live? To lose 10 pounds or to feel better about yourself? Pattern only in the present tense. For example, I am now receiving. Use I in your patterning statement and perceive yourself as an active part of the pattern. Pattern only for yourself. Be specific. The more detail in your pattern, the more likely you are to get what you want. Ask only for what you really want, because you'll probably get exactly what you ask for. Put emotion and conviction into your practice to vitalize and strengthen your intention. Then ask that your pattern work only for the good of your total self, and simply let go of attachment to the result. Although a pattern set in Focus 12 can be changed or canceled in Focus 12, don't keep checking or changing it because of fear or doubt. You wouldn't dig up a seed to see how it's growing, would you? Start with small, reasonable patterns. If you pattern for $50 and prove to yourself it works, later patterns will come more easily. Don't specify how your request will be fulfilled. Let your total self decide and direct the message. Though the exercise refers to 1 month patterning, you can request the patterns be fulfilled in any time frame, a week, a year, by your birthday, etc. Or simply release the pattern to be fulfilled in its own time. So about right here, we were reading 1 year patterning. Okay, so that's the end of 1 year patterning. Now, adventure number 2, 5 messages. 5 messages requires no prior action except, as usual, to approach the exercise with openness, gratitude, and a sensitivity to your perceptions of any nature. Wait until after to analyze and interpret your messages. Such left brain functions interfere with your synchronized Focus 12 state. Review the guidelines for Threshold 2 and Freedom 4 for additional suggestions. Threshold 2 and Freedom 4. Threshold 2. See if we can find that. Threshold. Okay. Threshold 2, problem solving. Problem solving begins your use of Focus 12 energy for its many practical applications. Place your question or problem in the center of your consciousness, however you perceive this. Then direct it outward to your total awareness, release it, and wait for the response. Answers sometimes come during the exercise and may come in many forms. Among other possibilities, you may perceive symbols, abstract images, or colors. You may hear thoughts in your mind, sense subtle changes in energy, experience chills, heat, or tingling, notice shifts in your feelings or level of emotional arousal, or suddenly have a clear knowing. If answers don't come as you listen to the exercise, take it as an invitation to heighten your sensitivity as you move through your daily activities. Open your perception, for instance, to the conversations of others, passages in books, synchronicities, and the multitude of wondrous ways in which guidance may reveal itself. Problem solving in Focus 12 is facilitated by the sincerity of your desire to receive a response, the intensity of your emotion, and the clarity of your questions. Expressing gratitude as you release your question is also important. This acknowledges your trust in the process and amplifies the entire process. So this is Threshold 2. Now we need to go to Focus 4 to use the tips given there. Focus. Oh, Freedom 4. Yeah. Freedom 4. To get the tips offered there. 5 questions. 5 questions lead you in asking, who am I? Where and who I was before I entered this physical existence? What is my purpose for the existence in this physical matter reality? What action can I now take to serve this purpose best? What is the most important message I can receive and understand at this point in my existence? You may find it useful to review the comments in Threshold 2, which we just did. Keep in mind the various perceptual methods that you have been experiencing and open your awareness to kinesthetic sensations, emotions, a sense of knowing, or images. Whether the response comes from your total self or from an external source, it's up to you to translate this nonverbal communication into words or visual representations that hold meaning for you. These questions are only a beginning. As you continue to practice this exercise, you can substitute your own questions and repeat any question for clarification or further understanding. Ask what you really want to know. Infuse your questions with this desire and express gratitude for the guidance you will receive. So, we're going to go back now to 5 messages. So that was 5 messages, adventure number 2, and we reviewed threshold 2 and freedom 4 for additional suggestions. Next, adventure number 3, free flow 12. After introducing you to a beacon guidepost as your personal reference point, this exercise supports planned, systematic explorations wherever you desire. Deciding on a purpose or destination before you begin helps you avoid drifting into sleep or dream state. Seek information or guidance you desire and express gratitude for what you receive. As you repeat the exercise again and again, extend the scope of your journeys. During these self-directed adventures, experiment creatively with any and all of the methods you have learned. Remember, these valuable tools cannot serve you unless you take them out of your mental toolbox and use them. Roam far and free in perfect comfort, knowing that you will safely and surely return to C1 waking consciousness. Adventure number 4, NVC1, Nonverbal Communication 1. NVC is not what we commonly understand as body language, but rather a primary method of interaction in and among different realities and energy systems. It is total expression occurring within the mind and in mind-to-mind exchanges. You have encountered NVC, nonverbal communication, in previous gateway experience exercises and in the dream state. Vibrations, light, action, emotion are a few examples. Begin to build your NVC vocabulary with these and other non-physical perceptions, together with new meanings for familiar perceptions. Experiment with all your gateway experience tools and methods of perception, and practice repeatedly to develop confidence in your NVC, nonverbal communication ability. Adventure number 5, NVC2. Further practice to develop your NVC vocabulary leads to communicating your affirmation non-verbally. Then you use your expanded awareness to receive non-verbal communication from others. The more you strengthen your non-verbal communication ability, the better you will learn from your gateway experiences. Practice counts. NVC, non-verbal communication. Just adding that to my list of acronyms. Adventure number 6. Communications Point 12, abbreviated as COM Point 12. COM Point, an abbreviation for Communications Point, is a location you establish along the continuum of consciousness Actively engage in creating an environment that invites communication. Some examples could be a high-tech computer station to receive input from the mainframe, a lush garden with comfortable benches overlooking a tranquil pond, or a cozy log cabin with overstuffed chairs for cherished conversation with dear friends. Let it be appropriate for you. Your growing NVC skills for nonverbal communication skills enable you to use the comm point, the communication point, to gather information, encounter other energy systems, or simply observe. You develop more NVC vocabulary for reaching out, greeting, saying goodbye, and expressing gratitude. Because you can go to your con point, communication point, easily and surely whenever you wish, it can serve as a convenient rendezvous with your non-physical friends. Looking ahead. So we've just finished Wave 4, Adventure, instructions, and now we're looking ahead to the next video, which is going to be instructions for using Gateway Experience Wave 5, called Exploring. Exploring is awaiting you when you are ready to continue your explorations. From the now familiar state of Focus 12, you will be introduced to Focus 15, the no-time state, the state of simply being. Here, far beyond your 5 physical senses, you can connect with the source of your intuition without verbal guidance. And so here is the beginning of Wave 5, Exploring. Okay, that will be the next video. Thank you for watching Wave 4, Adventure, and listening to the recording that I just made. Thank you so much. Namaste.